Good morning, everybody. I forgot to say go live at first, so but welcome and happy Friday morning. And let me know you're here in the comments below. Let me know what you're going to be reading on for today's sprints. And yeah, let me know how your week has been going so far. I know it's finally Friday. So for a lot of people, it's exciting because you're getting close to the weekend and it means you get to have, hopefully some downtime, hopefully some family time, and just get a chance to relax. And we're going to, as always, kind of give ourselves about 15-ish minutes or so to let people arrive and yeah, just start chatting and letting me know how it's going for you. I think I slept pretty well last night, which is good, but it feels like I'm losing my voice a little bit. So if I frog out a little bit on you, I apologize. But yeah. And let's see, what else? The sun is shining. My new TBR video went out. So make sure you check that out to see Carly, who's this incredible librarian at my kids' school. And she got to pick my books this month. So it's kind of exciting. So make sure you go check that out. I do have all the books right up there. So you kind of get a nice little sneak peek at what is going on. I'm going to see if I have any missed messages real quick, so I'm not ignoring you guys, but I was a little bit slow in getting everything out. So I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And since right now it's just me, I'm going to take the time to do that and then go back to chatting. I do have some news and like just actual news, not like cool tidbits, but actual news to share and some fun things that I thought were interesting that I'd love to bring up and talk to you guys about today. Um, oh, I got my hubby here. That's exciting. Hi, sweetie. Oh, National Donut Day. Well, now I feel like I missed out. I feel like I could have gotten some donuts. Where's my donuts? If you knew it was donut day, why didn't you give me some donuts? Good morning slash afternoon. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Glad you can make it. I hope you're enjoying your garden. I hope you're enjoying your time that you get to spend outdoors. Is it getting really hot yet so that you may want to spend inside more? Here, it's actually finally started hitting 90s, and I am so grateful that we have a season pass for the local little pool area that has some slides and stuff, and they've got a lazy river. Thank goodness, because that's where Katie and I are heading this afternoon because I cannot handle 90 degrees. That's just a little too warm for me. So, what about you? And what are you going to do today during sprints? Like my little, I don't know if I can point at it. There we go. Message there shows. I'm going to be working on Muse of Nightmares at first, which is our book club pick for June. So again, you're always welcome to join on ABC's Instagram and post there, or I do have a Discord channel. Nothing fancy, just if you would rather chat there, you can chat there. And yeah, I'm excited to read Laini Taylor's sequel to, wow, I'm having a lapse to memory here. Strange the Dreamer. And we are excited and I'm really enjoying it. And it literally picks up right away from where it left off on Strange the Dreamer. So I'm excited about that. It's been really good so far. Doesn't get really hot in the UK. Oh, that's nice. And that does explain why my daughter wants so desperately to move there. She tells me all the time. She's like, as soon as, I'm out of college and I'm able to go be an artist on my own, I'm moving to the UK. And I said, good. Then I have an excuse to go over there a lot and see you. So I'm glad it doesn't get super hot. That'll be right up her alley for sure. And we got about 10 minutes. So, for the news part, I wanted to share that I heard this morning, oh my gosh, that our President Biden fell, that he was doing a handshaking, handing out diplomas at West Point kind of thing, and had given his, commencement address and everything, but I guess it was like a 5-hour long ceremony outside, and so he was, like, walking across the stage to go sit back down, and he fell, and he's okay. Everybody says he's fine. The Secret Service picked him right back up and helped him to his seat and stuff, but I just thought, "Oh my gosh," I felt so bad for him, first of all, because that's so embarrassing, and that has to hurt. I mean, even at my age, and I'm not in my 80s, it hurts to fall down. That's why when my kid goes ice skating, I don't. I watch. Like, it hurts to fall down. So I feel bad for him for that. But also, that's all anybody can talk about, of course, is that he fell instead of the amazing remarks he gave, or a kid who maybe got high honors at West Point. No, it's the fact that the president fell. So I do feel bad. Good morning, Monica. Oh, it's hot in Ontario, which surprises me because I would think, the more up north you go, the cooler it would be. And oh my gosh. I know. I do love summer because I'm very much a what do they call it? Like a sun mood person. So if the sun's out, I'm very happy, I'm very bubbly, I feel good. And then whenever it's wintertime, like I can get kind of down in the dumps and kind of sluggish and, not as happy because the sun's not out as much. So for me, it's like I do love the sun, but I'm with you. I don't like the extreme heat. And if you're just now arriving, apparently it's donut day. So I give you all full permission to go out and buy some donuts. You have my permission. Go treat yourself to a donut. And hubby says, well, at least Biden doesn't talk in the third person like Bob Dole did. Did he really? I don't remember Bob Dole. I mean, I know that he was up there during presidential debates, but I really don't remember like that he would talk in third person. Oh, that's so bad. Not to mock anybody who does that, but I never understood it. Why would Tierra talk in third person? Like, that just it just feels weird and it sounds weird. I don't think I could do that. Oh my gosh. We got about 5 minutes before we start. Please let me know what you're gonna be reading on that first sprint. Hi, Amy. Welcome back. How are you doing? Are you ready for the weekend? I am. I am all about it. I am so excited because guess what comes out to the theaters today? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And we loved the first one with Miles Morales, I think is the character's name. Loved the first one. And so we're super excited to go and see the second one this weekend. Any movies you guys are excited about or interested in? Let me know below. Um, Oh, also speaking of Ontario, not that I'm saying this is your particular life, but lately I've been watching on Hulu Letterkenny. Does that sound familiar at all, Monica? And it's funny. It's not for young kids, and I have just been cracking up, and I don't know why, but there's some things that are happening that I'm like, I don't understand that, but then other times things will happen, I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that's like my hometown back in Illinois." And oh, yours truly. Oh, how are you liking it so far, Monica? I've heard good things. I've heard really, really good things about it. I know you said you're loving it, but like, is it the characters you're loving or is it the plot? Because I've heard things. Oh, Tina. Hi, Tina. How are your birds? How are you doing today? Oh, so nice to see friends. I love it. For Sprint, you'll be doing some housework, getting straight for yes, and we'll listen to All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I want to say if that's the first one in that series, I read that one and I was actually a little disappointed because there was a whole lot of hype on it about how amazing it is. And I think it had to do with mermaids, pirates, or something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. And so I was disappointed. I remember it not being as good as I wanted it to be. a solid read. So if that's the same one, I hope you have a better experience than I did. I do love that you're doing housework. I'm going to hit the Fab Five if we get an hour-long sprint. That'll be the time that I'll pop up, go get it done, and come back. So the rest of the time, I'll be here with you guys, of course. Amy says, oh, good. You are enjoying it. Okay, good. Heading to the lake this afternoon to grill out and go swimming. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Reading Little Secrets by Jennifer. All right. Do not have any current movies I'm waiting for. Some people just aren't even huge movie people, which is totally fine. We're the nerds that like both movies, video games, books, D&D, like we like it all, the whole gamut. But I hope you have a good time at the lake, and grilling out and swimming sounds absolutely like heaven. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. And Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. Happy Friday. Editing TBR video. Good. Everybody needs to check out Whimsical Narratives TBRs because they're fantastic. And this year she added in some little self-care as well. And so they are just fantastic games. Go watch them. I'm glad it's been productive already. That is fantastic. Way to get it. That is awesome. And Tina, oh, the birds are doing well. Oh, you guys, it's the funniest thing. If you're a Patreon of Kim, I know I promote her a lot. I swear she doesn't pay me to, guys. She really is just that awesome. But on her channel, she's got a Patreon now, and Tina is one of the Patreons like myself, and they have a separate Discord for that. And so Tina shows us pictures of her birds, and they are just the cutest things. And it's so funny because it's almost like a married couple. How they act sometimes cracks me up. And Kim says hi to Tina. Oh, good. I do too, Amy. I really do. And around here, actually, they have a drive-in. You hardly see those anymore. It's called Tibbs Drive-In Movie Theater. If you're ever in Indy, you need to check it out. The movies, of course, don't start until like 9 p.m. because it needs to be dark to see the movie on the screen. But they've got like 6 or 8 different big screens and places to park. You get 2 shows for the price of one. So you get your first movie, and then they have the second one after later, usually the more adult movies. And they've got a huge concession stand area with bathrooms, and that's important at my age, and food and stuff like that. And so it really is a really good time, and I love it because you get just to kind of sit in your car and eat your snacks, and you can bring your own snacks from home and save yourself some money, and you still get to see a lot of movies. And it was especially fun when we saw that new Jurassic Park there, because in the movie the T-Rex is stomping through a drive-through movie, so it was kind of awesome. And Tina says, hi, Kim, back. It's cool to see you on another sprint. I know. I love it. We just stalk Kim. That's what we do. No, because it shows how much that people do love your channel. Like Tina just said, it's not like she and I worked that out. But yeah, so it's like you can see how much, you are impacting people. And when you show that you care, it does make a huge difference. It really does. So I'm always going to promote you for free. Been up since 5:30 filming and editing. Oh my gosh. And your first few videos were you like, good morning. Wide awake right away in your videos. I want to know what to expect. And Amy says, fun. Love the drive-in. Million years. I know. They're just so rare now. I'm guessing because they're so expensive to, keep up, and the maintenance on them has to be just absolutely insane. But I love them, and I love supporting them anytime I get a chance. They are just so fun. And Annie, hello, Annie. Good morning. Good morning. Kim says, oh, you guys have a drive-in. Okay. A parking lot for extra work. Now, extra like on the side work, or extra like whenever you're an extra in a movie that you would go and park over there? Kind of curious now. I'm always interested in the stories that you have where you play an extra in a movie. I just think that is so cool. I would love to be able to be like, mom's in there. Now I could lie, right? Like I could totally be like, oh yeah, Katie. Yeah, that's mom way back there. See the back of that head? Kind of my hair color. Yeah, that's me. That was me. Are you sure, mom? Yeah, that was me. I'm totally in there. Yep. Oh, that's our alarm to get started for this morning. Not too bad. Brain turned off on some numbers and roll counts. Not that that's ever happened to me, Kim. You're the only one in the booktube world that has ever happened to. All right, so as always, I've got my little dice. We're going to go ahead and roll. And we got a roll again, which means 30 minutes of writing for me. You guys get to do 30 minutes of whatever you want to do. Maybe get that donut for donut day. Thank you guys. I will see you in 30 minutes. And we're back. How did everybody do on that sprint? I was able to get some writing done, which is always a good thing, even though I procrastinate and drag my feet a lot. But I got a full page written, so I'm pretty excited about that. And Kim messaged back earlier about what she was using that parking lot of the drive-in theater for, and it was for movie extra parking lot. Well, that's nice. I'll take that, right? And then Amy said there was a drive-in close to my old town, but I never could make it. Planned and planned, and now we moved. I think there's one around here, but I need to research it. Again, highly recommend, especially for summertime. It's kind of fun. It's just, even if you just do it once a year, it does support your local drive-in, and it's something fun you can say and be like, remember when we were young and we went to the drive-in movies? You, of course, don't have to say it that way. uh, Never been a thing in the UK. Oh no, I wonder why. I think that would be so much fun, especially since you guys have nicer weather than we do here in the Midwest. I feel like that would be fantastic. Well, if you're ever in the US, scope one out. You won't regret it. I'm telling you. Oh, thank you, Kim. Liking the videos anytime you watch them or like the live show like this, it does make them. I don't know exactly how the algorithms work for YouTube, but somehow it makes them pop up more so people are more aware of them. So thank you for saying that. And hello, West Aussie Diamond Art and Reads. Good evening. So I guess it's evening in Australia. That's kind of cool. And Amy got a few chapters read, end of the book. It's getting so good. Worked on my book journal while listening to it. What do you write in your book journal? Is it just like your review of it and star rating, or are there other fun things you put in it? I just started a dot grid journal myself this year, and I love it because I can do my top 3 things I want to get done for the day. That way, if I feel lazy after, I feel like I still accomplished everything that had to get done that day. And then the rest of it is just, I don't want it to fall off the radar and forget about it. And I love it. I put my water tracking in here. I track the books I'm reading and how many pages so I can add it to Goodreads each day. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So I'm always curious what other people put in there. Oh no, all you got done was work. Oh, that's the worst. It's a unfortunate necessary evil. But I appreciate it because then you pay the bills so I can be here online with all my friends. Got the kitchen sorted and vacuumed the sitting room. Oh, that's fantastic. You are super efficient. Wow. Why don't you pop on over here and help me with my house? Do you have like a schedule you go through for your cleaning, or is it just a whatever looks like it needs to be done and you go take care of that first? I'm just curious. Bullet book journal, good. Track what I'm reading on a calendar. Oh, that's a good idea. Track all the challenges and book clubs. There's always so many, right? Then each month I put what I read and the star rating. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that, Amy. I do. I think that's fantastic. I love Megan from Little Inklings Designs. She designed the, let me see if I can grab it here for you guys real quick. Always fully booked planner. And I love this because it also, like, kind of like you were talking about, I track all of my reading challenges and things like that in there. And it allows me to track, like, how many pages you read each day and things like that, and your favorite book of the year, and just all kinds of crazy good fun things. And so I've been using that. But then I heard on Kim's channel one time when we were doing sprints with her that they were coming out with the new super duper novel companion. And I decided, since I'm doing the bullet journal anyway, that it made more sense to use that as my calendar and my to-do, and then just use this solely to track all of my books and stuff that I'm reading and my different book boxes I get in, because I like to do a star rating. I did one last year for the first time that I think I posted it in February or March of this year. I posted that. And I thought, if I actually keep track from the very beginning better, I'll be able to actually tell you guys better what books came in those boxes and what I thought of them, as well as the items. So that's going to be to track all of that good stuff. So I'm excited about that. And Tina, getting ready to go to the doctor. We'll have a good trip. I hope everything goes well and everything checks out fine. And give your little birds a little seed or treat from us. Video exported. Excellent. Dishwasher going. Get ready for work and run a couple of errands beforehand. Wow, you are super productive today, Kim. Oh my gosh. Could you give me some of that energy? Could you just kind of mail it on over to me? That would be great. Good for you. Heard of that planner? Already made this one. Mine's probably a homemade version. I bet you it's identical and it's going to be exactly what you want it to be. Bullet journaling, if you have the time and patience to draw, is fantastic. What I love about these pre-made ones is one, it's a small business. It's Megan. I love supporting small businesses. But two, I love it because she actually is like this great little artist. And so she draws little images of books and birds and cats and like all kinds of things inside of these that I would never be able to do in a million years. I draw stick people, and even then it's questionable. So I do appreciate having stuff already pre-drawn that I can kind of color and then make my own. But if you're artistic at all, yeah, it just makes more sense to do your own little bullet journal to make it exactly what you want. Kim needs to return library books and grab, see, it's donut day. Yes, grab those donuts, Kim, and definitely return the library books. Nobody likes late fees. Although our local library does do a thing where you can do a canned food at certain times of the year, and that will pay your fee, which I think is pretty cool. And then they donate that to the local shelters. Yeah, I think so, Amy. I'm hoping to track more to give more information and be more thorough. Plus, it helps me budget wise. If I'm looking at book boxes that have amazing items, but their books on average when I read them are 3-star or lower, may not be picking the kind of books I like. So, and vice versa. If the books are absolutely wonderful, but the items are just like really cheaply made and not great, again, why am I spending almost $50 per, subscription? There's no point. So I'd rather that money go to book hauls. I'd rather that money go to, book boxes that are new, like the whole Lit Joy one that I'm trying for the first time this year. So that's why I like tracking them both on schedule and sometimes just what is needed. Hey, you know what? That's perfect. I love that little mix of I'm looking around and I can write my name on the windowsill. Might be time to dust it, mixed with hey, I don't always think about dusting, so let's make sure it's a part of a schedule. So I think there is a good mix there. Plus, sometimes you're just not in the mood for something, so you want to make sure you're doing what you're in the mood for. You're more likely to enjoy it when you do it. Good. Oh, I love Tina's birds. They are the cutest. Bye, Tina. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. Steroid muscle relaxer giving you the energy. Well, that's great because initially when you started taking them, you were like really, really tired. Okay. Wow. It can be used to treat ADHD. I had no idea. Wow. Okay. Well, I say ride that train, Kim. Use it. If it's going to, help you feel better, not be in pain, and be able to help you, be productive and get stuff done, I say go for it. I think that's absolutely fantastic. There's our alarm. We timed that perfect, guys. All right, so I'm going to get up the little item here and we're going to do a nice little roll. And this time it's a book. And the book is 60 Minutes of Reading, which I love. Now, like I said, this is the first 60 minutes. So I'm also going to pop up to do some of my Fab Five cleaning, guys. Sorry, I have to get stuff done too. So happy reading and productivity for an hour. And I will see you guys later. And we're back. How did everybody do on that nice long sprint? I ended up actually reading about 36 pages in Muse of Nightmares. Still really good. If you've read the first book, you know how it ended. And like I said, this one picks right back up from Strange the Dreamer. And right now it's just heartbreaking, but it is so, so good. Then I moved on to Unsinkable by Debbie Reynolds, which is a book club pick that we're doing with Kim from Whimsical Narratives. And oh my gosh, chapter 8 is like scary. Like I found myself holding my breath as I was reading that one. So, oh my gosh. And I must have been living under a rock because I had no idea until we were reading this book that Debbie Reynolds was Carrie Fisher's mom. So it's interesting because I'm listening to the audio while reading it on my phone. And I mean, she sounds like Carrie Fisher. They sound the same. And they have the same kind of humor. And it's, oh my gosh, I'm really enjoying it. But I cannot believe what some of these men have done to her. It's horrible. So that's what I did for my reading part. How did you guys do? And hubby, living a better life through modern chemistry, going back to the conversation we had before the sprint on medications. Isn't that the truth? Got 5 days left, taking advantage of it, as you should, Kim, because let me tell you, being in pain is no fun for anybody. And I'm grateful for muscle relaxers because they knock me out. And that's how it helps with my back pain whenever it really flares up. Otherwise, medicines don't work for me. I don't know why. I'm one of those rare people that they have, out there in the community that if you give me some kind of pain medication like a narcotic kind of level, I it does nothing for me. It makes me very nauseous. I almost always throw up. And it does nothing for the pain. Like ibuprofen is my big go-to for pain because of that. Sam's here. Hi, Sam. Had so much fun with your witchathon, and I have to apologize again. Oh my gosh, I get competitive, guys. It's important that you know this about me. I'm not the person you want to really invite to play Pictionary or other games unless you're ready for someone who's like going to make life or death out of the game to the point where for Memorial Day, my family's like, well, let's go swimming. And that's great. So we went and we signed up at the water park near us, but they were already at full capacity. And so they weren't even letting people in until others had left. And so we're like, forget this. We're not going to stand in line for hours. So we came back home and we did a rotation where my husband would play Destiny for an hour. Then Katie would get to play Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda for an hour. And when it was my turn, I said I wanted to play board games. And they're both like, no, we know what you're going to get. So I'm sitting there like trying to be like super competitive. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe you said that. That's stupid. And I mean, like, I would never be this if I was just hanging out with you. It's just something that happens whenever I get in a game and I get going and it becomes life or death for me. It does. And thank you, Sam, for being understanding, but it does. It gets super duper scary with me. Happy Friday, Amanda. Glad you're joining us. You got another half an hour of housework done, relaxing in the conservatory. Oh, that sounds like heaven, like so peaceful. And you work so hard to get it beautiful in there. So, absolutely enjoy that. Kick your feet up and relax. Working from home today. Okay, Amanda. Now, a lot of times that can be nice and relaxing, right? But sometimes, I don't know, I find like it can be really distracting too. Like you want to maybe watch Netflix, or you have kids that run in, especially in the summer, to bug you, or pets that demand to be petted right in the middle of you trying to type or in a meeting. But I'm glad you get a chance to work from home. You finished your book, Amy. Yay! I love when books get finished on sprints. It feels so good. Gonna have to decide what you want to read next. Well, why don't you give us a couple options that you're maybe warring with and let us chime in and help you pick. Full contact. My husband, right there, folks. I'm telling you, it really is. And we actually got a game called Throw Throw Burrito. And we played it, I think, twice, and someone almost lost an eye. So, like, we put it away, and we don't play that one anymore because it's just too. I'm too crazy with regular games, let alone ones where you toss like hot potato at people. Got settled into work watching training videos. Oh, I hope those are fun. Not gonna lie, several times in my life, I've had multiple jobs because I don't know. They say that if you're any kind of creative, like a writer and stuff, that you bounce through a lot of jobs because it gives you fuel for your books. Whatever the case is, I have loved every job that I've been at. Some aspects not so much, but for the most part, I love it. I leave for various reasons, and so on all these jobs, they of course have training videos, and some of them are just hysterical. It's like they get the worst actor possible for these videos. It looks like we've got about 5 minutes left before we go on our next sprint. I wanted to make sure to let you guys know, in case you didn't, Once Upon a Book Club, about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, they did a Romantasy box, and it was book one called The North Wind. I have a video, you'll have to go searching back for it, but that kind of featured that whole first box. Romantasy number two, so thus book two of this series, is coming for sale today at 1 p.m. Eastern. They're going to go up on sale on their website. So make sure you hop in there and grab it if that's something that you really enjoyed and wanted to get for yourself. Set yourself a little alarm. Also, I got a DNA kit for myself and my daughter. My husband didn't do it because his mom had gotten one for him with their family years ago. And so I'm excited. We're going to have to read the instructions this weekend to figure out how to do it and like mail it in and stuff. But I'm super excited to see what my background might be because his side of the family took like extensive notes, but mine not so much. So I'd love to see where I come from. Have any of you guys ever done DNA kits or anything like that? And if so, let me know what to expect because, yeah, all I know about DNA kits is I think it was called The Invitation. It was a movie where a girl basically submitted her DNA and got in touch with a guy over in England and was invited to go to a wedding there. And I'm not even going to ruin the movie to go further than that, but that's like my only experience with DNA kits. So I'm curious. Also for D&D, we had a couple weeks ago, I did my table with the guys and we wrapped up the number 6 and the Dungeon in a Box monthly subscription. And we had a good time. They got to go under the sea into a deep ravine and fight some baddies, of course. For the one that's coming up in a couple weeks, though, guys, I always like doing some stuff real world so that things they have to actually physically do or put on or handle or whatever. And in this instance, they're going to go to a palace with the dragons. And inside this palace, they're going to have like trays of food that get passed around. And one of the things it actually says in the little pamphlet is parts of a unicorn. So guess what I got for my players that I'm going to put on a tray? Yep, I'm going to. I know that's probably horrible. I'm trying to get the lid open so I can show you guys, but it's got like little pieces of actual unicorn, like it breaks it down. Oh my gosh, I can't get it open just now. I have to show you later, but it is absolutely hysterical. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And Amy says, gonna go with skip the line. Okay, because it's short and you can take your time with fourth. Oh yeah, Fourth Wing's on my TBR too. I cannot wait. I am so excited to start reading that one. I've heard nothing but good things about it so far. And yeah, the unicorn meat. Like I said, I have them do all kinds of crazy things. If they find a cloak, they have to put the cloak on if they're going to use it. I got little rubber dart things they had to shoot at targets whenever they were hunting for boars, things like that. So I am all about the real world when I can. And there's our alarm. So we're going to go ahead and roll. And we've got a peppermint. And I forgot to put up the little notice here. And it looks like the peppermint is 45 minutes of reading again. So yay for getting to read. You guys enjoy your reading productivity, conservatory relaxing time, and I'll see you in 45. And we are back again. I'm going to set that little timer for 10 minutes so we can chat. How did everybody do on that sprint? I got to about 30% of Red Sister. Not my favorite so far, but a decent story, so I'm continuing it. I also read a chapter in Tame Your Emotions by Zoe McKee. I don't know if any of you have ever been there or if it's just me, but I love people. I'm very bubbly and outgoing. I'm a big ball of emotion and, like, gumdrops and unicorns with a little bit of sarcasm on the side. But unfortunately, sometimes, like all of us, I can get insecure. And for me, I have a horrible tendency of when I start to feel a little insecure about something, or I feel like someone was trying to attack me or there was injustice, it kind of snowballs and I don't know how to pull myself back out of it. And so I started reading this book, just actually Googled it on a whim, and it's been perfect for me. And I've been like highlighting every page and absolutely love it. She has some great recommendations in there on how to stop that spiraling of, okay, that was awkward. I shouldn't have said anything because now everybody's staring at me. I wish I could disappear. And then later you hear them laughing and, oh, they must be laughing at me, which of course they're not, but it's all in our head. And so some fun different things that she, recommends you try, tricks of the trade. And I think it's fantastic and I love it. So going real quickly back to that unicorn meat, I finally did get it open. And so, yeah, there's like little chunks of unicorn meat. It's so terrible and so wrong. And I'm so going to love putting it on the table for my players. I'm excited to see what the hype is about too, Amy, for Fourth Wing. I'm hoping I don't get myself so excited about it that I have unrealistic expectations, if that makes sense. I've done that to myself before, so I'm trying to rein it in, but I am very excited to read it. I'm doing some embroidery while continuing to listen to all the stars and teeth, which you are enjoying. Good. Oh, good. And you're just a little over halfway through. Fantastic. I am so glad you're enjoying it. And what kind of embroidery do you do? Is it like a cross stitch or, I have been doing crocheting. I can only crochet a straight line. So like that, all I can do are scarves or blankets. I can do all kinds of patterns in there, but only if they're a straight line. And so I've been working on my book blanket. I didn't even know this was a thing until a couple years ago. And now I do it every year. And it's the genres that I read. Of course, I have a different color of yarn for each genre or each book of that genre. And it's got some wild mix of color that ends up happening. And I'll make sure to post a picture somewhere or show it on a sprint or something at the end of the year for you guys. Amy, 15% into Slaughterhouse 5. Oh, and you hate it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, at least you know, and at least you tried it, and you do keep track in your journal. So absolutely. I hesitated to DNF anything for the longest time. I felt like I wasn't doing the author justice by not finishing it. And then I started realizing, even if I average 200 books a year that I read, and sometimes it's a little more than that, sometimes less, depending on life, there's no way I'm going to read every book out there, right? So, like, I'm not even going to read every book in my favorite genre in the time frame I have left on Earth. So now I DNF. I give it until usually about at least 25 to 30% through the book, 100 pages, whatever, ends up being my tolerance level. And then I for sure DNF when I'm like, nope, not for me. Oh, and my husband's right. I guess they do. They do kind of Velcro together. I haven't tried to assemble yet, but we'll try that out later when the camera's not pointed at me. Still working through those training videos, but you did get a video edited. Excellent. I enjoy watching your videos too. So I'm glad that we have one to look forward to. Book blanket. Yeah. Well, and it's a lot of people who do knitting said that crochet is hard. I have tried knitting and couldn't do it. So I've heard people say you're either a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan. You're either a knitter or a crocheter. Like there's usually not a whole lot of mix in there, but I do love it. I absolutely love it. And I think you can make a book blanket out of just about anything. There's people who take cloth and they tie knots to make blankets. You could do that too, and just pick a different colored piece or pattern piece for each genre and totally make one for yourself, Amy. Gave yourself permission, yes, to DNF if you're not enjoying it. Life's too short, And there's just so many books out there. Like, Yeah, come on. Just go out there and pick up a new book and enjoy it. I want to know, do you guys want to stop at noon, which is in like 6 minutes, and we just chat until the end? Or would you guys like to go until 1 o'clock? Once again, we've got a small enough following that I'd rather just do what you guys kind of universally say you want to do. So let me know below. Just say, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and we'll do that. I want to be here for you guys if you want to keep sprinting, or stop early if it's going to go to a zero viewing. Knitting and crochet both have their quirks. Oh, you do love them both, Sam. Good for you. Good for you. Very few times do you see that crossover. So I'm glad and I'm not surprised because I see a lot of your crafts on Discord or on your channel too. And you're really, really good at that. Freehand various stitches and doing an otter. Oh, crochet a book blanket too. Do a square for each book, both knit and crochet, but prefer crochet. Okay. So maybe it's just me. I'm just not very crafty, but I do love crocheting. I love that it's mindless for me. I can just go. And in fact, whenever I do Friday nights where I'm not the GM and I'm sitting at the table as a player, there's like 6 of us. So it takes a while to get to your turn again. That's when I bring my crochet blanket and I just sit there and crochet. And it's so funny because the women are all or crocheting and the guys are like, why are you here if you're not playing? And we're like, hey, we're not holding it up. When it's our turn, we're ready to go. But we're women. We have things we need to do in between. And Amy likes both. Oh, you guys are so good. I love that. I love hearing how many people do both. I'm sorry. Maybe you do like both, but you're also up for either a 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. That's perfect. And that's fine. Ooh, Amanda, that's a good idea. Meet in the middle, 12:30. All right, we'll do that. We'll meet in the middle and end at 12:30, guys. Oh no, because for those who don't know, Sam also does gaming, and she will record some of her gaming and do it on. I think it's called Twitch. This shows my age. I have no idea what Twitch is. Just that I know Sam does it. So yeah, definitely go check out her channel at Yarn Reader and enjoy watching the gaming as well. So we'll be stopping at 12:30. We've got about 4 minutes left, and then we'll start the next sprint and see if it takes us right to the 12:30 mark. But I also wanted to ask you a very important, thought-provoking question that I heard on a podcast. Are you ready for this, guys? I want to know, and I'm really excited to hear what your guys' results are because my daughter came up with something strange. All right, here it goes. Lean in close. It's very important. If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become a vampire or the vampire become a zombie if the zombie bites it back? So you've got the vampire biting the zombie, and the zombie bites the vampire back. Technically, if a vampire drinks your blood and then you drink their blood, you become a vampire. But technically, if a zombie bites you and you get their blood in you, you become a zombie. So, while you're thinking about that, of course, I'm going to promote you, Sam. You're awesome. I think you're so great. And a lot of us are. I don't know what that is, if it's just we're embarrassed or shy or what. But yeah, you have a lot of fun on your channel, and especially with the readathon. I really enjoyed Witchathon. Yeah. So, what do you think, Amy? What do you think? What would happen there? Who would win in that? Zompires. Thank you, baby. We would just have some zompires running around, right? Interesting. A hybrid vampire zombie. Okay, so Amanda agrees with my husband on that one. It is complicated, Amy. Makes me wonder. And that's kind of the zompire thing is kind of actually what my 13-year-old daughter was thinking. She's like, it'll be a zombie running around that has fangs. So yes, a new hybrid. But it was just one of those fun things that I thought, like it's ridiculous and it's so not important, but it makes you wonder, right? Like we have this mythos and lore that we're supposed to believe in with monster movies, but what would happen if? There's our alarm, guys. We're going to do our roll. Thank you for humoring me and coming up with your own ideas. Feel free to ponder it the rest of today with your donut. And we got a cookie. So a cookie is 45 minutes of writing for me, but since we're going to 12:30, I'm just going to do a half hour. I rolled for nothing. You're welcome. So we'll do a half hour, guys. Feel free to do what you would like in that half hour. I'll see you back for some goodbye messages. Okay, welcome back from our last sprint. I remembered to put the banner up like 10 minutes before the end. Sorry about that. I am still learning and I will try to remember better next time. Amy brought up an interesting point going back to our zombie discussion. Can they only hunt at night? You know what? That does make me wonder, like, if they get that crazy zombie vampires, zombie hybrid, would they actually get immunity to light? Like a zombie has no problem being out during the day, or would they all of a sudden only be able to hunt at night? That is interesting. And yes, Amy, I liked his zombie answer as well. I thought that was pretty good. Made pizza dough. Oh, as my niece and nephew are staying over tonight. They'll be here in half an hour. Have a good week, all. Have a good week, Aquiller. Thank you for joining us and enjoy having the niece and nephew over. I used to love homemade pizzas when we roll out the dough and then you sauce the bottom and add the toppings. It's so fun, especially when you're little and you get to grease the pan and stuff like that. Have a good weekend. Continued your training videos. Yeah. Can you at least make a soda or coffee drinking game out of it, Sam, where every time they say, uh, now make sure, or use the word because, take a swig of your soda, make a little game out of it. Can you tell I'm a great employee? Really? Amy ate lunch and ditched your book. Hey, again, like we said before, life's too short. DNF. Gonna prep for cookout and then clean the house up. Oh, have a good weekend, Amy. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate having you here and all of your thoughts on all the topics. I mean, I'm just kind of a big goober. I like to talk about all the things. I forgot to say I did actually get about 36 pages in the next new Syrian Girl. As you can imagine, it has teenage humor, but it also has some very heavy moments. So beware of trigger warnings if you do decide to pick this one up and read it, but it is really good. And Sam, if you're running to the bathroom every 10 minutes, if you made those training videos into a drinking game, I'm telling you though, it makes them so much more interesting. Just give it a try and see if you don't start laughing and having a good time. Have a good weekend, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. And yeah, have a great weekend. Have a great week, everybody. Be safe. Enjoy summer, but try to stay cool and hydrated. And I will see you guys next Friday. I'll make sure to get the video up soon so that you can hit the little notification bell. And please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.